The Tesla trunk case. Night over Hollywood.
The body found inside the trunk of an abandoned Tesla registered to the singer David has been identified as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas. The teen was reported a runaway and missing out of Lake Elsinore nearly a year and a half ago.
Night over Hollywood. Sodium lights buzz. A chain link fence rattles. A sickly odor coils through a tow yard. A black Tesla waits under a bruised purple sky. Silent. Locked. Cool everywhere, except the front panel, like it's breathing heat. An attendant steps closer, pauses, grimaces, police tape flutters, radios crackle, and then everything stops. Because what's inside that trunk will split a city in two. Fandom against fact, virality against truth, grief against the machine. This is the Tesla trunk case. Los Angeles, September 2025. A name you've seen everywhere. Celeste Rivas Hernández. A name you already know. The singer D4VD. Some of what you've heard is true, some isn't, and some no one can answer yet. Morning after. News vans crowd the curb. Helicopters thrum. Heat rises off Mansfield and Bluebird. A hillside house stares with blank security cameras. Gates closed. Neighbors whisper. What investigators confirm? On September 5th, a black Tesla is towed from a Hollywood Hills block to an impound yard. 3 days later, staff notice the odor. Police respond. They open the front trunk. The frunk. Inside, the remains of a teenage girl. The medical examiner identifies her 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernández of Lake Elsinore. The car is registered to a 20-year-old musician, David Anthony Burke. Stage name, D4D. He's reportedly on tour. A week passes. Robbery homicide canvasses. A Hollywood Hills residence tied to the singer is searched. Boxes, devices, bagged and tagged. Police won't name a homicide. Cause of death, pending. Toxicology, pending. We're following up on leads. Translation: time is doing what time always does. It erases. 80 miles away, in Lake Elsinore. Candles pool wax on a sidewalk vigil. Photos flutter in the desert wind. A sign says, "Justice for Celeste." Grief takes the freeway into Los Angeles. The internet erupts. Tweets, threads, duets. Old clips resurface. Alleged screenshots. Claims that Celeste was seen with the singer. Others deny it. A neighbor says she lived at a hilltop rental tied to his team. Police do not confirm. Memory. Rumor. Blurring like heat over the 101. Beat. A tabloid headline drops the word dismemberment. Most major outlets avoid it. Police won't say. Our rule tonight: if it's not confirmed by authorities or multiple credible sources, we mark it as unverified. Because getting it wrong helps no one, least of all Celeste. The house search becomes a symbol. Blue latex gloves, white porch lights, evidence bags, unmarked trunks, tour dates wobble, canceled or paused, depending on who you read. Labels go quiet. Silence gets louder. Comments get meaner. And the family needs answers faster than the internet needs a villain. Detectives trace the last known movements. Celeste was reported missing in April 2024. 13 years old, now 15. A year and a half off the grid. We have a car, we have a timeline, we have a location. September 5th, car towed. September 8th, odor reported. Body found. September 17th, Hollywood Hills home searched. Late September, cause of death not released. No charges announced. The vigil glow deepens. The case doesn't, at least not in public. Rumors pour into the vacuum. "You won't believe this," a clip says. 7 million views. Cites a source. You hit play. You lean forward. Is any of it real? We check filings. We call LAPD. We wait for the coroner. Until then, everything is theory. Key discovery doesn't always mean a smoking gun. Sometimes it's a narrowing funnel. First, the tow yard. Staff smell decay. That's why the trunk opens. Not a tip, not a warrant. Because decay speaks. It sets your teeth on edge. That moment anchors the timeline. Second, the registration. The Tesla is linked, on paper, to the singer. Registration is a fact. But paper doesn't tell you who drove, or when, or what happened in those final hours before the tow. That's where telematics whisper. License plate readers, freeway cams, Bluetooth handshakes. Modern cars are diaries. Their logs ruin liars. Third, the search warrant. Probable cause that evidence might be found at the house. What kind of evidence? Devices, clothing, trace materials. Maybe nothing, maybe everything. And finally, Celeste's body is returned to her family. A procedural step, a human one. Some examinations are complete, even if results aren't public. Goodbyes can begin. Lab clocks keep ticking. One printout could turn rumor into record. These are theories, not conclusions. Theory 1. Involuntary death. Concealment after. An overdose. An accident. A medical crisis. Panic. Bad choices. Concealment replaces 911. This path looks for toxins. Defensive wounds. Who handled the car? Was the trunk a decision made in fear, not malice? Autopsy results will push this toward or away. Right now, unknown. Theory 2. Homicide. Grave. Investigators look for trauma, blunt force, strangulation markers, restraint. Decomposition complicates everything. Time is a solvent. It washes away the truth. Theory 3. Third-party entanglement. Cars change hands. Houses host many. Registration points one direction. Forensics might point another. Who had access to the Tesla? Who parked it on Bluebird? Who called the tow? Who had a key, physical or digital? Expect detectives to squeeze the car's data until the truth creaks. Beneath the theories, psychology. A 15-year-old, reported missing at 13. A city where attention is currency. A young artist thriving in an algorithm. Adoration can shade into control. Mentorship can curdle into exploitation. Did Celeste know the singer? Some outlets say she was seen near him. Others echo only what social feeds claim. Police haven't confirmed a relationship. That uncertainty is the story's dark heart. And you, watching, ask yourself, why do we crave a villain before we have a verdict? Why does a lyric sound like a confession when grief is scrolling at 3 a.m.? Late September. The heat finally breaks. Marine layer slides over the city like a gray lid. The hillside house is quiet. Movers came and went. A label statement, no comment. The world tour stops or pauses. Depends on the headline. Either way, the stage is empty. The crowd noise is online. Celeste's family receives her body, plans a funeral. Vigil candles gutter, sidewalk chalk fades. But near the tow yard, on a blank wall, someone writes her name in small, careful letters, like a prayer, left where engines cough to life at sunrise. Here's what we can say with confidence tonight. A teenager, reported missing in 2024, was found in the front trunk of a Tesla at a Hollywood tow yard on September 8, 2025. The vehicle is registered to the singer known as D4D. LAPD searched a Hollywood Hills residence tied to him on September 17th. As of now, no public cause of death, no charges announced. The investigation continues. Everything else? A moving shadow on a wall. So we leave you with open loops. Who last saw Celeste alive? Who put her in the car? How did that Tesla end up on Bluebird Avenue? What will the autopsy show? And when those lab reports land, whose story will break? You'll hear claims, you'll see edits, explainers, monetized outrage dressed up as evidence. Wait for the record, honor the uncertainty. Justice requires patience, especially when grief wants speed. If you knew Celeste, if you saw her after April 2024, call it in. If you know where that Tesla went before September 5th, speak up. And if you're watching because you love a famous stranger, remember, worship is not proof. The tow yard is quiet again. The fence rattles. The city exhales. A single camera light blinks on a darkened house.